Welcome back. Thank you so much for those who are joining in. Thank you to those who are joining in. Thank you. You always have this fear of taking session on Zoom that people will not come back after the break. I'll start sharing my screen in a minute. So far, those who are joining in, any questions that you've had, do you feel the platform is useful? I mean, I have honestly, I have created a few resources for myself as well, and I felt that it was everything all in one place because then I didn't have to run and make a whole. So earlier, how I was sharing resources was I used to share in a Word doc, give the heading as, for example, if it was present continuous tense, explain the tense, had to write everything, had to copy, paste the images from different sources into the Word file, have links to YouTube videos. But I think this kind of where it's very convenient even for my students because everything is in one place. I just kind of share the link with them and they have everything all in one. So I think it works well, but I'm sure that you will have more to share with me once you experiment with Genially. All right, so we're back to Genially. So as I said, that we will be working around a little more. I still see some people are joining in, just admitting all of them. So this was what our Genially looked like. I think it's fairly simple. There's not much that you can, I mean, there is a lot to explore otherwise, but interactive images are very simple. If anybody has any specific questions related to the interactive image that we have just created, then please do let me know, because after this, I'm going to move on to, once everyone's here, I'm going to tell you a few hacks that will make your life easier when you're using Genially. No questions? All right. If there are no questions, then I think we could just go ahead. So we do have an option of using resources that belong to others if they are from the same subject as ours. I'll just show you where would you see them. So they reflect in inspiration right here on the left. When you click on inspiration, there are some resources that are visible but are not reusable. We are right now looking at only interactive images because that's what the webinar is about. But this inspiration section of Genially has a lot. It has personalized presentations, it has quizzes, it has flashcards, it has a lot that you can, once you explore the platform, that you could even use. But right now I'm only focusing on interactive images and I'll tell you how to reuse them. So I click on this homemade bird food image. And once I click, I will have to check first if it's reusable. If it's reusable or not, that usually reflects on a band right here. I'll just tell you this. It reflects on the band on top. So like this is reusable, maybe, but this is not an interactive image. So I'm not going to look at this. This is also an interactive image, but it's not reusable. So anything that's reusable, it'll say that it's reusable. And anything which is not reusable, you won't be able to reuse it. So just going to pick up an interactive image that is reusable. For example, this one. This is on how to ally to transgender. We just kind of see how to reuse this. So nothing much. You can click on use as template. Once you click on use as template, you have an option of editing this. You can edit this to suit your requirements. As I said, this is just this is just a sample image that I've picked up. You will also find your subject specific resources. If you are unable to find, so see, you can edit everything. You can edit everything from buttons to interactivity to background. Everything can be edited. From the text, everything you can edit. And another hack, A lot of foreign language, if there are any foreign language teachers here, a lot of foreign language resources don't reflect on Genially for some reason. You can type the topic in Google and search it separately. So if you type, say, Gustar, which is a topic in Spanish, plus Genially, then it reflects all the Gustar related Geniallys will come, because I tried this just before the session and it worked wonderfully. So Gustar is a Spanish document, but if I type Gustar in the inspiration section, somehow it doesn't get reflected. I'll show you here. Inspiration section, Gustar is a Spanish topic. It says no results. But when I go to Google and when I type Gustar in Genially, so I have so many Geniallys. So maybe what I want to teach is already, it has already been created by somebody else. Yeah, so it's always a good idea to, this has been created by Melissa already. So there are, I have visited this as well right now, and I'll show you how some resources can be reused. They can be used as it is as well. Yeah, you can, like, this is not a reusable resource, but it serves my purpose and I can use it as it is as well, because it does have what I want. It has a video. It also has a little bit of practice, exercise 1, 2, and 3. So I think it solves my purpose beautifully. And I don't have to create an image of my own or a presentation of my own. So before creating one, I suggest that you just explore the platform once to see if what you teach is already there on Genially or not. So this was about inspiration. Now, for creating, this was another one that I created. This is with a moving background in the image. I'm just going to present it to you. I clicked on edit by mistake. Should have clicked on present. Yeah. Okay, so if you see the background is not stable. It's a moving image, and Genially does offer beautiful backgrounds that are 3D, that are they're like GIFs. They move, and you can add interactive elements to them. So this was just a small thing that I made, and this is the link which talks about 9 stress management strategies every teacher needs to know. I'm going to share this with you. So if you click on the link, it takes you to a website where they've spoken about 9 strategies. All right, so I'll tell you where to pick up, where to pick up this kind of an image from. Just going to go to my, edit. When you're creating a fresh one, you will click on create, because mine is already done. So that's why I clicked on edit, because I've already worked on this. So I'm just going to tell you where to pick up the image from. So backgrounds usually come from here, and they have beautiful 3D backgrounds. These are some very beautiful backgrounds that Genially has to offer. But again, these are backgrounds wherein, you can talk about generic things, but like, for example, for a geography teacher, to talk about, say, forest fire or forest, maybe this picture would be appropriate. But for a Hindi teacher who's talking about something else, or maybe Ramayana, you would want to download a picture and add it as a background to your Genially, right? So that's the thing. This is where you get beautiful backgrounds from. These are also available in Giphy format, where these are images, you can add Giphies to your Genially as well. They have many options right here in the image section. And there's some cute ones as well. These come handy, very handy when you're making a presentation, just to add a little bit of fun. But you can also use them in interactive images. You can insert any other audio of your choice. As I said, to add tracks, to add music, you need a premium account. But you can insert any audio using a link or your own voice. You can record it. We have already looked at interactive buttons. There is also buttons with text. You have the home button, majorly used in presentations. I have never used it in interactive images because I've never felt the need to go back to home. This is used when you have multiple pages. Like, you know, in presentation, the children might want to return to home page. So it'll take you to the first page altogether. Yeah, interactive questions can be used when you have true or false. Very simple. This is all user-friendly bit. The most important bit for you to be attentive was how to add the interactivity and how to add animation. Otherwise, all of this is pretty simple. And I don't feel you would face any issues at all. But at any point, if you face any difficulties, at least the ones who are on the AIEF group can always reach out. You can also add in shapes, you can add lines and arrows, you can add images. Geography teachers can add maps. In maps, you can have like Spanish speaking countries. For example, there are 21, 22 countries wherein Spanish is spoken. So I can have a map in the background and add interactive elements that, you know, in this country, Spanish is spoken, or this country is Francophone, or, you know, you can also add images like these. So this is all, it's pretty just exactly like Canva. Title is flexible. You have lots and lots of fonts and options to choose from. And I think I've already told you to change color. It's not reflecting. Yeah, it's here. To change color, this is the bar. You can change your colors from here. I also wanted to show a few more Janilis that I had created. And I think after that, that's the last bit. And then I'm going to take questions. Okay, so this was an English one that I created. This is for all the English teachers, for all language teachers. I've created in English because so that everybody can understand this. This is based on present continuous tense. So it's a very simple Janili. This is a background that I have copied, I have saved on my laptop from Google and then used it in Janili to make interactive. So the image was plain and there were no buttons like these in the image. The image did have a board and this teacher standing in front with 3 kids. So if I click on this first video, it says click to watch a video on present continuous tense. So I'm going to click on this and see what happens. It takes me to YouTube, very evidently. And this is where I could watch a video on the present continuous tense. So I'm just going to close this. When I go on the question mark, which is the second button, this is on when to use the present continuous tense. This is a window. Remember, window is your Word doc. It's just going to open within Janili and it has text explaining the topic. So it has been explained, you know, present continuous is used for these things. The third icon is an image for present continuous. How does the conjugation work? It's is, am, are plus verb plus ing with a few examples. Yeah, I personally recommend that you mention the source of any image, any video. That YouTube video anyway has a source with itself. But if there's any image that you're using, do mention the source, because I think it's ethically incorrect to kind of use it for your classrooms for a larger audience without mentioning the source. So do mention the source of your image. And then I have a small quiz for my students, which takes them to this link where they have an MCQ quiz that they can attempt and check their answers. Yeah, so simple, everything in one place. I just have to share this link with them. How do I share? Very simple. Just click on the share link, copy the link. Everything's public. So there's no way that everybody gets to access everything. So so that they don't have to look for it, you copy the link and you just share it with your students. You can send it by email. You can post it on social media, wherever. Yeah, so pretty simple, very interactive, all in one place. I have another one that I think this is the last one. Parts of a plant. Please, as I said, not a science teacher, but I've tried to be very, very accurate here. So this is also a part of the animation that I have added. It does give you an option of adding shapes in your image. This is a fruit, so I've added a tooltip. When I click on this, then a window opens. These are roots. This is tooltip. When I click on this, a window opens. This is, oh, sorry. These are leaves. That's a tooltip. When I click on leaves, a window opens. Now we know what are tooltips, right? Tooltip is this, the brief content that appears on your screen when you just take your mouse to that button. When you click on it and whatever opens is your window. Okay, so this is STEM tooltip with text. Text has been taken from Byju's. I have no contribution towards any of this. I mean, I don't know if it's accurate or not, but I have also the hack that I was talking about of adding audio. You can play it on your phone and let Genially record it for you. So I've added sound of a bee here, and you can see that it's playing. So this was played on my phone and recorded in Genially because premium accounts only have access to audio. And if you don't have a premium account, you won't be able to add audio to your image. And I think this is pretty much it. That's about it. And as I said, inspiration does offer you a lot. Oh, there's one last thing that I want to mention here. Sorry. When you go to creating an interactive image, if you don't want to have your own image in the background, for example, I'll tell you, like for this one, where is my Genially? For this one, the stress management one, this is what I did because it's not an image that I have downloaded from Google. It's a Genially image and I've used it on my own from Genially, but I did not download it. So for that, you're advised to click on basic interactive image or minimal interactive image. These two, they don't come with, they just come with a template that you can edit from the scratch. And it's a blank canvas. You can add whatever you want to. I'll just show you how to add. And I think this is the last bit. And I promise I'm going to take questions after this. So I don't want all of this. I'm just going to delete all of this because this is of no use to me. I have to do my own thing. So it's going to take time to delete this. Just delete everything. I don't want any of this. Delete this as well. The buttons can remain. Maybe I can replace them, but I'm just going to delete them as well because I would just want to start from the scratch. So click on delete. Yeah. So now I go to, sorry, and now I go to background. And maybe I want this as my background. Beautiful images that will come up your way. And you can have, I can also have a Jiffy as a background, but you'll have to see the clarity because some are not very clear. Like for example, see if I extend this, I'm just kind of, the whole idea is to kind of introduce you to this. Please don't, I don't know what I'm going to talk about with this animal here and this tree and the nature, but just introducing you to how to start from the scratch. Post which text comes in here and you can add, for example, webinar. All right. So I want to, this is pretty much what you have already learned. So I think you should be confident with this. I can add animation to this. I can have this continuous. I can have heartbeat, right? So I can add interactivity to the title as well. So everything that's there on your screen right now, basically you can make all of this interactive. You can also have resources where you can maybe add another, image and Just giving you, and you can add what I'm trying to say is that you can, all of this is a blank canvas. You can add whatever you want to. You can add a map, you can add images, you can make all of this interactive. You can even make an image interactive by clicking on another hack here. Clicking on interactive area, add interactivity to any part of Genially using this invisible area. That means your interactivity can be added to any part and not just the buttons. Yeah, so the previous ones that we had used, you can add interactivity to any part. So this globe kind of image, which is dark in color, not very visible, but you can add interactivity so that when the children click on this globe, they go to another link and they can explore this place that we have as background. Yeah, so I hope you remember this tooltip. Window, link, and audio is what we have discussed so far. And now I'm all up for questions. So if you have any questions at all, please go ahead and ask, and I'm going to answer all of them right away.
Yes, excuse me, ma'am. From where we can get this software, ma'am?
This is free of cost. All you have to do is type Genially on Google, and all these features that I have shown today, I don't have a premium account, and all these features that you've seen today are free for everyone. This is the link to the website. I'm just going to drop it in the chat as well, just for your convenience. Yeah.
Genial.li.
Yes.
LY.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
Thank you.
Any other questions, anyone? Do we have?
And how to download the pictures, like a presentation in a movie form?
Okay, so so today we've only discussed interactive images. I am going to do another session on making presentations using Genially, which is very similar to how you make presentations in Canva. You can also create videos on Genially. I plan to have another session on that as well, because it has so many.
I have created a, should I present and show? I have created a presentation on Genially.
Right.
But I can share the link only. I am not able to download as a video.
That's because maybe you don't have a premium account. Is there a premium account?
No, it's a normal
then
account.
you will always be able to share it only as a link, because you won't be able to take it off the internet. I mean, you won't be able to download it and use it separately.
Genially is not giving a premium account to educators like Canva gives.
Canva
Genially is
does
not
give.
giving any.
They do have an
Yeah.
option of premium account, but I know, but from what I saw the other day, it was quite expensive, very, very pricey.
No, for educators, they should give, no?
Yeah,
Something.
they don't have a separate, like Canva.
Canva used to give.
Right. Canva does have an option. Genially doesn't offer that. But I think this interactive images bit is not there on Canva. So I think this is what you can explore. But otherwise, Canva I feel, is a little more user friendly. And also during lockdown, we've used it for good 2 years. So we are more comfortable with Canva. But there's always something more to learn. So I hope you found the session useful though, Smita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
I already created.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
I already created an account and 2 presentation on that.
Perfect.
But I was not able to download. That's what I wanted to show you. Is there any option? Should I present and show?
None of even the images cannot be downloaded. You can only share these images. But the good thing is that anybody who has the link can access the image, but nobody, including the creator, can download the image. So any other questions, anyone?
Excuse me, ma'am. Have you got the
please.
recording of this whole?
I do have.
Late.
Yes, I do have a recording.
Share it in the group, ma'am.
Yes, I will.
Please, because I missed it. I joined late.
No problem. I plan to upload it on YouTube.
It's very useful. It's like poster, na ma'am. Poster on my wall. You can add on things.
Yes, you can.
We cannot download,
but you can't
like
download.
Whatever I saw.
Yes. So we cannot use it as a poster or anything.
Yeah, you can't use it as a poster. That's right. You can't download it, but it can only be shared as link with your students. And I think you can even project it in the classroom I've done that.
Yeah,
So you can
Jenny
project-
Lee is connected with Classroom that we can also do this.
I
But
had
the
connected
main
my
thing is we
laptop to the
cannot
Classroom
download.
projector.
I found it very interesting, ma'am. Really, you please share the recording with us
Thank
because
you
I
so
don't
much.
do it.
Yes, I
Yes,
will. I will
Bhumika
definitely.
ma'am,
Very
it's
good.
very useful. So we would like to see other webinar on this. So please put
I
recording on your group and please prepare
definitely.
some more videos on it.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining in, everyone. I hope you found this useful, and
Thank you.
I will be sharing link to the recording very soon once I upload it on YouTube. And once again, thanks a lot for joining in. I'm going to see you in my next session.
Thank you, ma'am.